Hello, everybody. We're here for a very special edition of Juliana's Weirdo Sunday Concert Extravaganza. And before we get started on the story, I'm just gonna play a little intro tune for everybody to get situated. Those eyes, they tear me to pieces. Midnight walks of happenstance, and this city's gone to the dogs. Those lips they kiss, they open up a world of caverns and tongues and rocks and stones. We are just was speckled in gold. We'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. We are just was about to explode. We'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. It's what you are, it's what you bring, and it tears apart. Marble eyes and quick ascent, darkened skies and a furrowed brow. Her beauty is in eloquence, youth the only here and now. Dancing on upon her soul, shades of color and yet withhold treasures of her hidden mind, secrets paid in silver and gold. Your jet was speckled in gold. We'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. Your jet was about to explode. We'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. It's what you are, it's what you bring, and it tears apart. Those eyes. We are just was speckled in gold. Oh, we'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. We are just was about to explode. Oh, we'll take it easy now. We'll take it nice and slow. It's what you are, it's what you bring, and it tears apart. Those eyes. Hi. Hello, Grandma Rita. And hello, Colin and Lisa. We got a Mama Rob in the house. We got a Rosie and a Jossie. Yes, that song was by Ben Thornwell, my piano hero. It's a song called Those Eyes off his album of solo piano stuff that he did when he was in like college or something. He's actually taken it off of streaming services, but I'm keeping the memory alive. So today we are indeed doing things a little bit differently. Woo! I hear motorcycles. Anyway, we're doing things a little bit differently. As you know, today is a choose your own adventure. And I've been working reasonably hard on this for the last 20-something hours. I don't know whether it will fill the entire concert time, but I have optimism because I've padded it very nicely and allowed for a lot of potential for slowdown. Today is an experiment, and I'm really excited about it, and I'll be flexing my storytelling abilities. So, without further ado, are you all ready for your first Pick Your Own Adventure concert? The way this will go is I will tell you a story. You, of course, are our protagonist. You will be presented with choices. The choices you make will result in what songs are played. They will be more or less related to the choice that you make. Most of the time, it will be, related to the story at hand. It would be super duper cool if I chose songs that worked perfectly, but Well, I think it works perfect enough. So, shall we? Good morning. Let's go. You are rather dashing, and your name is Smellbella Doodle. Your friends call you Smelly, but only when they mean it. It is the first day of your new job as a journalist for the daily online periodical called The Babble Bargain, which generally has only clearance to cover low-level scoops because they can't get into really any, press conferences or anything. And so, largely, they are considered not a big deal. So, however, you are fiercely determined to make a name for yourself and change the reputation of the news site. This morning, when did you wake up? Did you wake up at 7 o'clock bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? Or did you oversleep? Did you wake up at 7 o'clock? Or did you oversleep? Looks like we overwhelmingly have overslept. So, good morning, Smellbella. Looks like you overslept on your first day of work. And boy, oh boy, are you going to pay for it. It's unfortunate. Because, as it turns out, you've been a little depressed lately. But today might be the day that things turn around if you can make it. I've been wearing too much gray, moping around since May, haven't unpacked since coming home 9 months ago. Wrote a pound of lovesick songs, lost the boy before he listened to them. Now it's time to reassess how I assess my worth. I'm a blank new canvas, a new identity. Now I'll be whatever comes to me. So color me red, color me nervous, color me primary stripes like a circus. Color me in, color me anxious, color me blue. And color me kind, color me selfish, color me tickle me pink, love and helpless. Color me sick, color me rainbow, color me new. Color me, color me, pencil down on skin, draw color from within, but there's no inspiration when I ask for it. Nothing sticks and nothing shows. Skip the crayons, I need solid stone. Jackson Pollock lob it, nail it, carve it in my bones. I'm a blank new canvas, please. Fresh vision, fill my dreams. Help me be a solo masterpiece. And color me red, color me nervous, color me primary stripes like a circus. Color me in, color me anxious, color me blue. And color me kind, color me selfish, color me tickle me pink, love and helpless. Color me sick, color me rainbow, color me new. Color me, color me, Show me you to be when all I know is living for someone else. And show me to be when all I know is living for someone else's dream. And color me. Oh no, I'm Smellbella and I'm late for work. I sure hope that this will be the beginning of something new and better. Color me red, color me nervous, color me primary stripes like a circus. Color me anxious, color me blue. And color me kind, color me selfish, color me tickle me pink, love it helpless, color me sick, color me rainbow, color me new, color me, color me, And so, Smellbella makes her way to work a little bit late, but ultimately excited to try to turn over a new leaf and impress the boss. Well, you finally make it to work about 9:15. Oh, I forgot. I was going to tell you what the songs are after I sing them. That one is Color Me. That's a song by me. Glad you picked that one. I'm glad that you guys like this song. And the little rainbow emojis make me really happy to look at. Anyway, so you get there after 9:15, which I apparently said. Yes, of course Smellbella's a woman. Now Smellbella Doodle makes it to work, and the boss is there and says, Smellbella, as you know, this news site has a reputation for providing the bare minimum and often stuff that no one asked for. Now, I could force you to do grunt work all day because you somehow managed to less than impress me on your first day at work, but I will instead be sending you out with Susie, a seasoned worker who doesn't do well with change. I get the feeling she'll be able to knock some sense into you. Now, I want to ask you, Smellbella, how do you introduce yourself to Susie? Are you going to be friendly with Susie? Or are you going to walk right in there and say, this is my job. I might be late, but at least I look cute. How are you going to introduce yourself to Susie, the seasoned senior journalist who's about to show you the ropes? Alright, the only response we have here is Craig saying that we will be cute. Oh, Rosie says, at least I look cute. Alright, so we're going to be just a little bit sassy, right? Because we do look cute today. We might have woken up late, but I'm going to say, on behalf of Smellbella, hey, I know that we just met, and I know that you don't like change, and I know that the boss man here says that we might not get along too well, and he's basically placing me with you as punishment. However, we're kind of stuck with each other, aren't we? And at least I look cute. Susie doesn't like that. Susie doesn't seem to like that too much at all. But then she smiles. Okay, kid, I'll take you. And so Susie says, come with me. And as you exit the building together, she tells you that you will be chasing down a lead today on a recent string of catnappings. Catnappings, you say? Surely you heard wrong, but no. Susie sighs angrily. Yes, catnappings. We don't exactly, we don't have a whole lot to go on with this case, but I figure that if I can track down this catnapper, then I can finally do something good with my career. And you say, I kind of like that. Okay. She says, Smellbella, this is as glamorous as it gets at the Babble Bargain. And we don't exactly have contacts at City Hall, so, somebody has to look out for the little guy in this world, and that's what I'm here to do. And you're like, Susie, what's with this chip on your shoulder? Although I guess I like being called kid. I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my dress. In the torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, grey goose tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trashing the hotel rooms. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams. Everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, daggers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair. We'll never be royals. It's a one in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. And you can call me Queen Bee. Maybe I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party, and everyone who knows us knows we're fine with this. We didn't come from money, but everybody's like dum 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 blah da da dum dum blah 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 da da dum dum. We don't care. We learn Cadillacs in our dreams, and everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair. We'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. The Cadillacs just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee. Baby, I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. Oh, oh, oh. Life is great without a care. I'm in love with being queen. Oh, oh, oh. Life is great without a care. We aren't caught up in your love affair. And we'll never be royals. It's all running our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee. Maybe I'll rule. Never be royals. It's all running our blood. Kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. And you, Smellbella, think to yourself, that was weirdly elaborate. Now, just as you turn the corner with, just as you turn your corner with Susie, you notice a man taping up a lost cat sign. This is interesting. I mean, surely there are a lot of lost cats that get lost in your town, but maybe this has something to do with the current case. You two approach him, and at first he seems a little uncomfortable. His name is, Kabi. And Kabi's like, whoa, hey, I've got these lost cat signs. And you say, we know. We want to know a little more about your lost cat. He goes, it's my cat. She's got little white mittens. She's a little tuxedo cat, and she's perfect, and I miss her. You're not going to get information out of him this way. So, Smellbella, are you going to play good journalist or bad cop? Are you playing good journalist or bad cop? Yeah, he definitely does have secrets, doesn't he? Okay. We got one person who says pick the guy's pocket, which I guess would fall under bad cop. We got good journalist, bad cop, bad cop, bad cop, bad. Bad cop, bad cop, bad cop, bad. So... Oh, but Grandma says be good cop, but that wasn't an option. You can be good journalist or you can be bad cop. Good journalist who would be bad at being bad cop. Contemporary Dulcimer Daddy says, buy him a cup of coffee and listen to his story. So I'm going to call that good journalist. Jocelyn says, beat him up. I'm glad you're liking the noodles, Rosie. I'm enjoying them too. They're kind of spicy today. All right. I'll see what I can do to merge these ideas, but I will have to choose one of these. Okay. So, you approach Kabi and you say, listen. Put his hand on his shoulder and say, hey, I know you know something a little more than you're saying about this catnapping. Kabi says, hey. Don't you think that I would be tracking down the guy if I knew who took my perfect little mittens? And honestly, Smellbella, you don't know. But you're going with your gut on this one. So you run around the block, and he's like, wait, where are you going? And Susie's like, excuse me? You run around the block to get a cup of coffee. You're just assuming that he'll still be here when he comes back. You get that cup of coffee, you come running back, and there's Kabi still standing there with his handful of lost cat flyers. And you hand him the coffee and say, hey, I want to know what you know about this missing cat. My missing cat? He says, yes, your missing cat. Kabi says, okay. Well, I can tell you a little bit about the situation. And you say, so he starts giving you a small description, and you start to realize after a moment that he is once again describing his own cat. So now it's time to get bad copy on him. Take that coffee. You throw it on him. You splash him with this coffee. Turns out it was an iced coffee, so it's fine. He's not going to get hurt. Just an iced coffee. It's a hot summer's day out there. We threw the coffee. Kabi goes, whoa, you can't throw iced coffee on Kabi. And you're like, tell me something, buddy. He says, okay. There was something weird about my catnapping. And that's when he tells you. Kabi tells you that when his pretty little floopster was abducted, he remembers that a couple days later, there was a mysterious empty can of cat food left in his mailbox. And that's all he knows. A mysterious can of cat food. Empty can of cat food. And you're like, well, that was useless. So you leave. Because you're a bad journalist. Cop. You're a bad cop. Yeah, ice him. And that's when Susie pulls you aside and says, hey, what was that? You can't just harass people like that. I get it, it's your first day on the job, but we are not cops. And you're like, I got the info that we need. If it means upsetting a dude here or there, throwing a little coffee on copy, then whatever. Susie says, we have different methods of investigation, it looks like. Just don't pull any more stunts like that, or I'll make sure this is your last day on the job, too. So, you do remember one other cute little thing that Kabi told you, which was that the reason that he's especially upset about losing his cat, or rather, as you're walking away, Kabi calls after you. He says, you need to find my cat. You say, why? Because I just started an adorable Instagram for my cat. and now I can't post on it. I need Mittens back so I can become Instagram famous. I bought this camera to take pictures of my love. Now that he's gone, I don't got anybody to take pictures of. Along some highway is a pretty good subject. I'm gonna make myself make use of this thing. I'm taking landscapes, I'm taking still lives, I'm taking bad self-portraits of a lonely woman. I spent my life so lost on loving. I could have been a painter or a president. But after 25 years, I should be good at something. Gone are the days of me being so reticent. I'm taking night classes, I'm painting sculptures, I'm taking bad self-portraits of a lonely woman. I bought this camera to take pictures of my love, and now that it's gone, I don't know what to do with this thing. I don't care about the time or the money. I just never thought that I'd be through this love. Stuck taking landscapes, stuck making still lives, stuck making sculptures. I'm out here taking bad self-portraits of a lonely woman, sad self-portraits of a lonely girl, bad self-portraits of a lonely woman. Welcome to the show, Roman. It's a bumpy ride. So, although that was a tangent, at least now we have a little bit of more information about this cat burglar. Rosie, thank you for giving a little summary of what we've been through so far. So that's right. We did get a little bit of information out of Kabi about the mysterious calling card type thing that this cat burglar has left behind at every site. Now, yes, we learned that this cat burglar leaves behind an empty can of wet cat food. Not only is this like just an empty can of wet cat food, but it's also a very, very high-end brand of cat food. In fact, it goes for like $8 a can. It's only sold to the elites. This is like the nicest cat food you've ever imagined? I don't know. I worked at a bougie pet shop and we didn't even have this. Now, Susie tells us all of a sudden, you know, I know a girl who works at the one shop in town that sells that particular cat food. This cat food is so exclusive. There's only one shop in town that sells it, and Susie knows somebody who works at that store. Her name is Gracie. But this Gracie girl, I mean, she's not going to be in until the afternoon shift, probably. You know, she does mornings at the, I don't know, somewhere or other. I'm thinking we have two options here. Smellbella. We can either stake out the cat food store, or we can waste some time at the diner. Okay. Ooh, there's somebody here named Nathan Barry. I don't know them. Wait, maybe are you a noodler? I don't know. I assume you might be. Are you boysenberry? I don't know. If you are, that's so exciting. Thanks for coming, pal. I don't know you personally. Looks like overwhelmingly we want to go to the diner. Oh, because maybe there's steak at the diner. We can get a steak out there. I see. Maybe if we're trapped for the time, we're strapped for time, hit up the diner for takeout, then stakeout. Ooh, not a bad idea, Rosie. Let's see, Jossie says go to the cat food store so we can catch Susie. Ooh. But Susie's with us. We don't need to catch her. Well, hi, boysenberry. It's so good to see you. All right. I think we're going to the diner. So you say, Susie, if Gracie's not coming to the pet store until later today, there's no good reason to sit here and wait. So, all right. Susie says, we're not supposed to take our lunch break for another several hours. I mean, it's been about 20 minutes since we left the HQ, but sure, I guess we have time for a milkshake. So, actually, we have time for a couple of milkshakes if we have to wait until the afternoon. All right, fine, but no funny business. You're like, funny business? Never heard of her. So you guys go to your favorite diner. Your favorite diner is called... I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but it's called Schmoozy Doozies. This diner is called Schmoozy Doozies. That was disgusting. Wow, never going to play that series of notes again. So a Schmoozy Doozy. Craig, you can't ship Smelly and Susie. All right, you ship it, you buy it. So, y'all go to Schmoozy Doozies, which has no relation to Susie. Although it is rumored that her uncle might know the owner. So y'all go to Schmoozy Doozies, you sit down, and somebody in the back area of the diner is making a lot of noise. And you're like, what kind of noise is this? Well, this person in the back of the diner starts yelling because they don't have a lot of control over what's going on in their life. But that story is not this story. I'm glad you all decided you wanted to go to the diner because I was looking for a diversion at which point we could sing some Waitress. Y'all chose right. This is intermission, folks. Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, crafted into pieces, make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious, and it washes off all the dirt I'll make it small so it fits even this, even now, even as the walls come tumbling down, even as we can't stop remembering how every door we ever made we never once walked out. Something I never got the chance to ask about. So with flour on my hands, I'll show them all how goddamn happy I am. Sugar and butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now. And Susie's like, what? Yay! Thanks for letting me indulge myself. It was a real toss-up whether I was going to get that high note. I didn't know if it was going to come today. I'm really glad it did. Down. It's not always that I can hit that high D. All right. So, y'all went to the diner. And you got a little bit of pie to go. Because why not? You got a little bit of marshmallow mermaid. A little bit of marshmallow mermaid pie to go. You've got it in your little to-go boxes. And you're like, oh, shoot, we were supposed to waste time here. So then you go back inside and you, I don't know, listen to some soundtracks. And you get to know each other, actually. You know what? Fine. We're going to get to know Susie a little. Since you guys are so interested in what their first date was like. Susie and Smellbella, which is you. You sit down at the diner. And as you know, you both got slices of marshmallow mermaid pie. And when the waitress drops off that pie at your table, Susie looks at you and says, have you always looked that smelly? And you go, what? Have I always looked that me? And it's just like, no. Have you always been so smelly? And you're like, I don't know what that means. She says, sorry, I was trying my hand at a little bit of I was trying to break the tension before I tell you about my tragic backstory. I became a journalist because when I was young, I liked to write detective stories. But my dad, who was a detective, said I'd never cut it. And you say, what? And she said, I don't know. Dad just never approved of me as a writer of detective stories. And you're like, okay, so how does this come to you being a journalist? And she says, just wait, let me get to it. Anyway, so I was a detective writer as a kid. My dad said that I wasn't very good. And then something tragic happened. Somebody stole my story on a forum. I was on the Webkinz fanfiction forums where I would post my detective stories, and somebody stole my stories and published them. And I thought, if I could devote the rest of my life to finding the jackrabbit that stole my stories and then expose them for who they are, maybe then my dad would understand. Anyway, this story took up a few hours, and now you guys are ready to go back to that pet store where they sell the bougie cat food. So, you proceed to the pet store. I'm not saying it was Webkinz fanfic. I'm saying that that's where you posted it. Hi, Jenny. So you get to the pet store. You enter the building. And still, you don't see this supposed Gracie hanging out here. Susie's like, damn it, I thought she'd be here by now. I thought that backstory took long enough. Who is the person who is at the counter, though? Well, you approach. And, you introduce yourself. And the person says, my name is Plabula. And if you're looking for Gracie, she's out on special business. Special business, you say? That's a little weird. You and Susie share a look. A look of romantic tension, but also a look of curiosity and suspicion. Susie says, interesting. It's a shame that Gracie isn't here for her shift, but special business is special business. But you don't have any of that schmancy $8 a can cat food, do you? My boss's cat can't get enough of the stuff, and I promised I'd pick up a case. Something changes in Plabula's face at that point. She says, who's your boss? We have very few customers who are wealthy enough to regularly purchase this exclusive cat food. Yeah, Grandma, you're right. Monkey business indeed. Mm-hmm. There are very few clients. There are very few clients who will purchase this expensive, bougie cat food. So Plabula seems to know all of them. And this is when you're faced with a choice, Smellbella. Are you going to let Susie keep lying in an attempt to find out something more about this cat food, or are you going to jump in and try to tell the story for her? Okay. No Rusty Dusty Cat Full song is not happening today. Okay, Roman says, let Susie lie, always let Susie lie. Jenny says, let her lie. Roman says, once again, it's good training for the Webkins detective writing. Oh, true. Craig says, let Susie keep lying. Jossie says, let her lie. I assume that Lily says, let her lie like a rock. Take the cat food XXXX ear spotlight? What? Alright, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Susie can't be stopped. So, Susie keeps going. Susie's like, yes, my boss. And Plebula's like, who's your boss? Susie says, well, I'm actually not at liberty to disclose the name of my boss. It's I signed an NDA when I started working for them. And so I really can't actually disclose the name of my boss, but I can tell you that every 2 weeks he orders what was the most popular flavor again? And Plabula says, well, if you buy it so often, you should know what that flavor is. And Susie says, of course. My bad. It was the tuna. The tuna, yes. And Plabula says, yes, the tuna. 2 cases of tuna every 2 weeks. Right. Nice. That's when the door jingles. The door opens and the little bell on it jingles. It goes ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And you're like, God, if I was a cat, I'd love that, but I already do. And in walks Gracie. In walks Gracie with a weirdly bulgy bag. It's almost kind of a squirming bag. What's going on here? You turn around and you turn back to Susie and you say, Susie, Susie. Is that Gracie? And Susie says, yeah, that's Gracie. And Plabula says, oh, look who's back from special business. Get in the back of the store now. But then, as Gracie is attempting to move past you guys to the back of the store, because obviously, okay, something's going on here. That's when she drops the bag in the scuffle. And that is when you could say the cat's been let out of the bag. And Gracie's like, no! And an adorable little black and white tuxedo cat with cute little white mittens falls out of that little bag. Scurries across the floor and is like, meow. And you're like, that's gotta be Mittens. And then Plabula is like, you can't say that about any tuxedo cat. And you're like, you're right. It could be any tuxedo cat. My bad. But anyway, what's going on here? Yeah, you should be ashamed. Susie's actually the good guy. Susie looks at Gracie and says, Gracie, give me one reason I shouldn't freak out about this. I know this store does not deal in stolen cats or cats of any kind. This is just a pet food store, and I know that because I buy my boss's cat food here every 2 weeks. And Gracie says, I didn't mean to do it. I was doing it because I was made to do it. That was bad. She said, I didn't mean to. But they made me do it. She laid on the tracks, waving her arms, leading me to that third rail shock. Quick as a wink, she changed her mind. She gave me a night, that's all it was. What will it take until I stop kidding myself, wasting my time? Watching the tide, she didn't tell me there were rocks under the waves right off the shore. Washed up on the side, barely alive, wishing the undertow would stop. How can a man take any more? Whoa, there's nothing else I can do, 'cause I'm doing it all for Lena. Anyone is quiet. All is quiet. Like, even Mittens, or who you assume to be Mittens, on the floor is like, Susie says, "Who is Lena? And where did that boombox come from?" Yeah, pretty weird, right? Gracie says, thanks for the hands, guys. Yeah, that one's fun. I wish I got that, but I'll get it next time. Anyway, Gracie says, "Oh, well, first of all, the boombox was also in my bag along with the kitty. But Lena is the mayor's daughter. She and I have an arrangement where I provide cats for her, and she helps me create the world's cutest cat zoo. Not for big cats. We're not talking like a Joe Exotic thing. This is for just kitty cats. The world's cutest cat zoo. And she buys all her cat food from this pet store and keeps us in business." That's right. "But you're not going to the press with this, right? Right?" And Susie's like, "You can't go anywhere, Gracie." And Gracie's like, "You're not going to the press with this." And that's when you step in, Smellbell, and you're like, "We are the press. We are the press. We are the future." And you're like, "I'm sorry. We are the press, and we're going to have to report on this. We're going to have to call up the authorities." And Gracie says, "Yeah, but this case is way above your pay grade, Lena being the mayor's daughter. So I'll never admit it." And she starts running. You don't know where she went. So you're going to run after her. But are you going to go left or right? I don't like that. I'm going to do something that Ben did the other day during his noodles. What a coincidence. Oh, this is so hard. Okay. We got a lot of left, right, jinx, left, stage left, frowny faces, you're right, I'm left, she's gone. That's a good one. All right, I guess we're all going left. Left, exit stage left, pursued by a bear. Clap, hands for everybody. Okay. I guess we're going left. Good news, everybody. That's my favorite way to go. So, you and Susie are hot on the pursuit, but first, of course, you make sure to close the door securely behind you so that Mittens does not run. Mittens must be kept inside of that store, and you say, "Sorry, Plabula," was it Plabula? Yeah, probably. "You're gonna have to look after this kitten for a while." And she's like, "What?" But anyway. So you turn left, and you run after where you assume Gracie has gone. But, little did you realize, the Pride Parade is in town today. Da-da-da-da. It's going to be a lot harder to find her than you thought. Gracie is trying to escape notice by blending into the parade crowd at Pride. Now, she isn't too well dressed for the occasion either, so it's a little easier to see her than most of the awesome gays in the crowd and awesome other queer folk, but, it's still a crowd, right? So you're looking for Gracie, and you're like, "Oh my God, where is she? It's Pride. How could we forget this? This is going to be impossible to find her." So that's when you hear a sound. Well, not that you haven't been hearing sounds already, you're at Pride. But you notice that everybody's dancing, which is another thing that happens at Pride. And you look up onto the nearest float, and you see, driving down the road, on top of this float, in glorious gear, decked out in rainbow feathers and a kick-ass cape, is Gracie, who has suddenly performed this amazing costume change and wig reveal. It's really sick. You wish you were as cool as Gracie in this one moment. And then remember, she's a cat burglar. And she is performing at Pride to get away from you. It seems like I can do no wrong. Through your eyes, sing the wrong lines to my own song. You don't mind, make it up as we go. All the words we don't know. Even when I'm a drunken mess, you don't care, still like me better than the rest. I swear I don't understand it, how you like me when I'm dancing. Hey, those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Like them, annoyed at all the little things. I know I can be frustrating. You still like me when I'm dancing. Hey, those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. In those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Then introduce myself. There is no one else who sees through me quite like you. Those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Hey! Those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. When I dance like I don't care, you call me Fred Astaire. Away on this float, very Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You think, God damn it, that was awesome. And we gotta call the cops. Or rather, Susie's the one who grabs your shoulder and says, that was awesome, we gotta call the cops. Susie was definitely super into this. She doesn't want you to know, being what a, seasoned vet of the force she is. So you're all like, catch her! And people are like, she's doing cool things. And you guys are like, no, we gotta call the cops. So you call the cops. And the cops are on their way. I noticed that we're already over an hour, and I apologize. I was worried that this wouldn't fill up all the time, and apparently it has. So you call the cops. And the cops are already there because it's a parade. It's a parade, so they're already there. And they're like, you want us to arrest somebody giving a really cool performance at Pride. You want us, the police, to get in trouble for attacking gay pride. And you're like, in a way, no. So what you do is you figure that you'll just meet her at the end of the parade. Let her have her glorious moment. And Susie's like, hey, pal, we didn't get to eat the rest of our marshmallow mermaid pie, so at least now that we know who the catnapper is, we might as well enjoy our pie while watching the rest of the parade. And you're like, you know what, pal? And she's like, no, partner. And you're like, okay, yeah, you know what, partner? And she's like, only I can call you kid. You can't call me pal. You're like, okay, partner, let's have some marshmallow mermaid pie, watch the rest of the parade, and impress everybody back at the Babel Bargain. Because nobody has ever seen a scoop like this come through the Babel Bargain. As we recall, the Babel Bargain is largely thought to be not a big deal. So, you get your first big scoop. The Babel Bargain also kind of gets their first big scoop because they are more or less a failing news site. And even Susie is starting to warm up to you. And with that, I will congratulate you on helping me choose this adventure. Did you have fun with this? I enjoyed this, but that's because I was the one telling the story. All right, Ollie. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun telling a wild story. Let me know if you want me to do this again. Obviously, I'm going to keep on doing my Sunday concerts. I'm going to try to keep keeping it fresh, keep it cute. I'll probably do something else next week, like another one of those themed concerts, so that I have time to make another story if you guys want to do another Choose Your Own Adventure. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm going to do a closing tune. Jenny liked it and Jossie liked it. Yay! I had so much fun. This is silly. And maybe we'll even see the return of Smell Bella and the Babel Bargain. Can we wrap up with a song about the Babel Bargain's horrible boss, Michael? We could do that. Yeah, I didn't realize it, but I guess that terrible boss man really did give some Michael vibes. As you all know, little over 2 weeks ago, was it really only 2 weeks ago? I don't know what day it is anymore. But I released a song called Michael about a terrible coworker that I had. And I'm so thankful for the reception that it's gotten. The music video has over 1,700 views, which is bonkers. Thank you. The song has 1,600 some streams on Spotify, which is also absurd. So once again, thank you. If you want to see me again in concert for not necessarily the Sunday concert, I will be soon actually performing with the New York Songwriters Circle. The New York Songwriters Circle has asked me to come back. I'll be there for my second concert. We're doing it June 1st. It's a Monday night. Tickets are $10, and I will be performing with, I believe, 4 or 5 other amazing New York songwriters. You can, of course, join us from wherever you are, because it's an online concert. It'll be in Zoom, I think, which will be really cool. And for now, I will leave you with this. Thank you. Big boy, words like juvenile, baby. 26 in Velcro shoes. Bold tattoo across your leg, baby. A picture of a child's cartoon. If you wanna be treated like a real man, you can't be forgiven like a child. Flattery will get you nowhere. Everyone knows who you are. Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Burning bridges as he goes to set himself apart. mature body muscles not secure body. Cheating doesn't make you smart. Hey! New York, born and bred and worked, baby. Waltzing like you own the place. So professional it hurts, baby, when I get blamed for your mistakes. Well, if you wanna be treated like a real man, you can't be forgiven like a child. Flattery will get you nowhere. Everyone knows who you are. Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Burning bridges as he goes to set himself apart. Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Well, age is not maturity, muscles not security. Cheating doesn't make you smart. You can tell a lot about a man by the way he treats the ones he deems below him. And I have learned a lot about you, man, from the shortness of your fuse and the words you like to choose to ignore it when you lose. Oh, Michael always getting into fights and always trying to be the one that's right. Burning bridges as he goes to set himself apart. Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Well, age is not maturity, muscles not security, and cheating doesn't make you smart. Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Burning bridges as he goes to set himself apart. Hey, Michael always getting into fights. Michael always trying to be the one that's right. Age is not maturity, muscles not security, and it makes you louder, but it doesn't make you right. Starting isn't chivalry, sex is not ability, and cheating doesn't make you smart. Thanks for playing with me. It was really, really, really fun to have you guys like helping me figure out the story as we went along. I really want to do another one of these. So, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for playing. Y'all know I'm Juliana Parker. I believe I left a link in my description of this video. If you feel that this concert was worth something monetarily and you are able in this time to support your local artists, I do have a PayPal link that you can use to gratify me. I appreciate it. I'm so happy that I get to do this. And thank you. And I guess I'll just play you out a little bit by going like this. Ooh, that was sour.